What's the news across the station? We make fun of information. You wait, we hope for the news. We just love to give you the news.
Now. Hey, boys and girls, moms and dads, welcome once again to the Kidders. We are glad that you are joining us, if in fact you are joining us, and you may be live, or you may be on tape, or we may be on tape, or we could possibly be totally unintelligible because we're having Google Plus issues. But nonetheless, let me introduce the Kidders to you. As always, from the great state of Indiana, the Aristotle of comedy, Mr. Tim Slagle.
It's so cold here right now. The only way you can tell it's June is that the Blackhawk season is over.
We may be on tape, or we could possibly. Oh, very good, Tim. Yeah, said from a guy from his. We're having Google Plus. We're getting. We're having multiple issues. Yeah, comedy, Mr. Tim. It's all coming back to me now. It's deja vu. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work even for our listener, who isn't here yet.
Uh-oh,
maybe it's cleared up now. I don't see myself. I just see my vibrating. Oh, we got a viewer now. All right, we'll pretend like nothing has happened, even when that happens. Anyhow, Tim, what did you do this week that was fun and exciting? Tim, that would be you.
Yeah, I know. I already.
Okay, apparently he can't hear me. So let's introduce Vicky.
Didn't come out. I have no idea what to say now. I am without material.
Boy. Been there, done that, boy. It's very embarrassing too, trying to explain to the other person, oh, that never happens to me. Anyhow, Vicky Quaddy, the head nun from the Nuns and Fun, and Vicky, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. I think I'm doing a lot better than this Google thing is doing.
Google has turned.
I spent the weekend entertaining people in Bible bingo, getting them a little bit of religion and a little bit of bingo fun.
There you go. Yeah, Google's playing tricks with all of us this weekend. I've never done that before. And fishing is the wrong word. Fly swatting, and I got about 40 or 50. They're in the freezer. Here you go. Our news of the week in this in what's happening, we don't know. It could be sunspots causing this. But in Greenville, North Carolina, a 315-pound man, that's a sizable boy, hid 340 bags of heroin on himself. Where did he hide that much heroin? Oh, no, not there. In his belly button.
Yeah. I don't know what he had in there, but you probably don't want to snort it.
Yeah, like you could. What do you think, Vicky?
Well, I think the poor guy, there was that ban on plastic bags. Otherwise, he would have had a decent container.
So, and it answers a question, can fat people have innies? So I guess they can. And speaking of sizable people, just moving over to Eugene, Oregon, a 900-pound, 903 times a smuggler got out of her bedroom for the very first time in like 2 years, and her neighbors just came over and ripped off a side of her house, and so she's out. She's in the community at large. Pun certainly intended on that one. So what do you think about this fat lady finally getting out on her own?
A 900-pound lady had to be busted out of her bedroom. Back at the frat house, we called that Sunday morning.
on a beanbag chair. What about you, Vicky? How do you feel about this?
I just think it shows that there is so little.
Apparently not too strongly.
That woman had nothing to watch on TV. She was desperate to get out and do something.
All I know is now that she's out of the house, she can make a fortune smuggling heroin in her belly button, which
Right.
could hold about a 5-gallon container. Okay, here's a pretty weird thing. This happened over in Spain. A gorilla at the zoo got loose, or so they thought, and so one of the zookeepers a tranquilizer dart to put it down, which it did, but it wasn't a real gorilla. It was a guy in a gorilla suit, which is really a thing to wear to training people what to do in case a gorilla got loose.
Yeah, it was a real unlucky family. His brother died tragically after wearing a sealskin jeans to an Expos game on Bat Day.
I would have to say, if you have been to Disneyland or Disney World, you would love to have one of those darts when those characters walk up to you. So.
Yeah.
You would put Goofy down with a tranquilizer dart?
In a heartbeat.
Yeah, he thought, but really, how real can the guy look? I mean, everybody I've ever seen in a gorilla suit looks like a guy in a gorilla suit.
And he
didn't have the head on.
Which means he was probably baking a file and a cake.
in a banana. Found a screwdriver in his banana. And boy, that can be painful, I'll tell you that. All right, speaking of that, as we have a couple more stories here in Montgomery County Grade School, and that's in New Hanover, Pennsylvania. Shout out to those folks in Pennsylvania. Apparently, the students the parents of the students are in uproar because at lunchtime the school administrators gave them dog treats instead of regular treats. They were called them cookies or crackers, but in fact they were Milky Bones.
The kids became suspicious for the first time. Something out of the lunchroom tasted good.
Yeah, it's whole grain. I don't know what they're complaining about.
They said there would be no problem.
And when the teacher left the room, all she had to say to the class was, "Stay." That would be nice. Okay, we got time for one more question, boy. I can't believe we squeezed all these in. But in Towson, Maryland, I don't know where that is. Towson, Maryland, there's through the ritualizing of joining the cheerleading squad, and as part of their punishment, they had to around in adult diapers, and now they're claiming that it was hazing, and somebody apparently wants to sue somebody. They said they got the cheerleaders drunk, which is what cheerleaders do, and made them dance in adult.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Tim. Oh, there he is. Tim, come.
Drunk. They were as high as astronauts.
Vicky?
And wearing the same outfit.
No, I think it's probably going to start a new fashion trend. Watch.
All I know is dancing in adult diapers is not hazing. It's Saturday night at the senior center. Must be a delay. All right, there's a delay. Okay, here we go, kids. This is our final question of the week. As you know, the big story was President Obama made a trade. He traded, what's the guy's name? Big Berg, Boyd Burr, 5 Taliban terrorists. Looking at it as
I can't wait to see this. Okay. Okay, Dale, are you there?
I'm sorry, please say that again. I'm here. Yes, ma'am. Do you have one?
I do.
I did ask the question.
Congress.
We're on like a minute.
I would trade Congress for those 300 Nigerian girls in a heartbeat.
Well, okay, there's no telling what this guy would trade. He's the kind of guy that would trade cash for clunkers.
Which then that was a stupid move. It got all of his bumper stickers out of the service, you know. But he's the kind of guy who would trade Tide Babylonia and Disney on Ice for the Blackhawks, and you know, that's or the joke probably would have worked better the other way around. For our viewer, thank you for sticking with us. We've had some technical issues, and this is kind of like when you see the news on TV and they go to the guy in the field and he's just there like.
In 1940.
Thank you, Marty. So Tim and Vicki, say your goodbyes, and we'll be gone. And see what.
I'm out of here.
Bye bye.
Okay, thanks for joining. We have a name for this kind of show in the business. It's called Real Tight. Okay, hopefully we'll see you next week.